Hi guys. So I just wanted to address Julia's mother's role in all of this, because a lot of people are still leaving the same comments over and over again in my videos, and I find it really, really strange that the same people who don't believe what Julia is saying, who have seen her background in lies and manipulation, are still believing all these horrific things about her mother. Now, a lot of the stuff that I'm going to say, I have complete backing for. I've looked into it. I've spoke to the right people. It's not stuff I'm going to put out because it's sensitive information or it's from people who don't want it shared. So that's why I'm going to, I'm just going to say it's allegedly right now because I'm not willing to give the proof. But from my point of view, what has happened is Julia's mum has worked a lot. She worked, owned her own store. So did her husband. They wanted to be able to provide their children with the best lives. They paid for private treatment for Julia. They paid for private schooling and education. So she trusted her own mother and her mother's husband, Peter Ney, to look after Julia. During this time, things have happened to Julia that's affected her long term, that have been tragic and horrific and disgusting. Now, as soon as Julia told her mum stopped her seeing her grandmother and has never seen even her own mother again. So she has had no further contact with Peter Ney or her own mother. Julia's mother hasn't. She then took Julia to the police station. It was reported. She went through the court system with Julia. She had Peter Ney convicted. The courts actually allowed Julia's mum to act as her spokesperson in the court hearing and her representation because they deemed that she had done nothing wrong. That, it wasn't like she just gave Julia to random people. It was her own mother that she trusted to babysit her children, and the worst had happened. She's also, Peter Ney was then obviously put in prison. He was given a 15-year restraining order stopping him from being around Julia anyway, but her mum, to this day, has never had Peter Ney or the grandmother involved in her children's life again. So basically then what's happened is Julia has been suffering with her mental health. Sorry, you can hear sirens. Neighbourhood. Julia has obviously suffered long-term effects because of this, and obviously Julia's mum lives with that every day. So she has obviously paid for several treatments, facilities, inpatient facilities, medications, housing situations for Julia because of this. And she has continued to pay for these medications and treatments up until the day Julia left Poland to go to the USA. When it comes to the things that people say about her mum doing the DNA test, Julia and Fia never approached Julia's mum to do a DNA test. And when it was all brought up in the media that, she had said, they had said that she had refused, Julia's mum actually reached out and offered to take a DNA test in a reputable lab that wasn't controlled by Fia Johannesson, and they turned her down. So that is also BS in this case. In my view, Julia's mum has done everything she possibly can to rectify everything.